Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. If you had a bad day and you're looking for a smile, bringing hope and joy for a day that was wild. Stuff from the cuffs is here to make things bright. In a world so dark, they're bringing some light. Stuff from the cuffs. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. Go Bria, go Bill, go Bess, go Brian. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs.
Wagwan Cufflinks fam, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another episode from Stuff from the Cuffs, where we give you fire, we give you fun, we're inspirational, we're real, and of course we're educational as well. Guys, we are on the road. Yeah, funny fire?
No man, you know them flagman there?
Oh yeah.
Fire.
We're on the road to 5K subscribers,
Yep.
guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Remember to tell somebody about Stuff from the Cuffs, share our videos, like our videos, comment, and of course, go on over to Instagram and follow us at Stuff from the Cuffs. Thank you guys so very much for being a part of the Cufflinks family. We're loving it. We're loving the bad.
That's
We're loving the bad. We're loving the bad. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so in our last video, we were talking about how kids changed our marriage.
Yes.
And in this video, we're going to be giving you some insights from our perspective. Yes, from our perspective, how we put the fire back in our marriage.
So guys, we're playing on fire today,
Yes.
a whole lot. So we're talking about the fire that we always bring, but we're also talking about the fire we always bring. Because I think that when we talk about it, kids do become a whole element of change in any relationship, and it is important that you now have to make a concerted effort. You have to put in the effort already. You have to really be intentional already. Now you have to be double intentional. You have to put in double effort and double work. So we came up with something else for fire. What
Just
is
for
it?
this episode.
Yeah. Tell them about fire.
All right, so fire, in terms of what we're going to talk about, is putting back the fun, the intimacy, the romance, and the excitement
Back in your relationship.
back in our relationship after kids came into the picture. Because guys, let me tell you, nothing could have really prepared us. I think no book, nobody telling us, no movie, nothing could have really prepared us for the readjustment to being husband and wife after being mommy and daddy. And so we're going to tell you some of the things that we did to put the fire back in the cuffs.
And we always say it's important to remember that you're mommy and daddy, but you are husband and wife first. Right? Even if it wasn't a case of being husband and wife before kids came into the picture, but husband and wife, meaning that role is more important than the role that you'll be the role that entails your kids. You have to remember that the both of you have to be at a certain level in terms
we
of...
have to be okay as husband and wife to be able to be okay as mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
And we proved that.
Yeah.
And we made a deliberate effort to ensure that we were okay as husband and wife, so that we could be the best parents that we could be.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. The first step is, over time, relationships do get, I won't say monotonous, I won't say boring, but it becomes the everyday.
It becomes routine.
It becomes routine. There you go, that's the word. And because it becomes routine and you become comfortable, when you become comfortable, you become complacent. And there's a saying that decay starts wherever life ends. No, so
I don't know.
yeah,
Not that old.
whenever
don't know.
whenever you stop living, the minute you stop living, decay starts. So the minute your relationship stops having the fire that we're talking about, is the minute it starts becoming monotonous and boring, and it becomes cyclical, and it becomes just a routine over and over. You just
Same
get up
thing,
do the
yeah,
same
over
thing,
and over.
it becomes mundane. So till eventually you look back and you realize when the kids come out of the picture, you don't really have nothing left.
Yeah, because all right, say they stay in the picture for the least 18 years. Because sometimes they stay a little longer, but say 18 years. When you look back on your marriage for the 18 years that you were just busy just being mommy and daddy, how well did you work on being husband
Each
and
other,
wife?
right? So when the
So when
nest is
they
empty,
right, what next?
two of them are in a two separate room, living two separate lives. Only thing gonna probably do a link up for dinner.
Yeah.
And that's not the way how God intended it to be. And so we just want to talk about some of the things that we had to do and some of the things that we think others can do to really make it, and to push on, because relationships are hard work. So how about when the fire gets dim?
Yeah.
Fun.
All right. So we're talking about the fun. All right, you go. Talking
Boss
about the fun.
love ram.
As you can see, guys.
You see her in the ball pit the last time. So you love laugh and go on, you just love her ram.
And that's how I am,
And
naturally.
it's important for fun to be in a relationship. I think you look at, a lot of times people look at the sexual compatibility.
Yeah.
People look at, the financial compatibility. But where's the fun element?
Yeah.
There are days when it's going to be rough. There are days when it's going to be sad. There are days when you're going to have a whole lot of emotions. And if you are not able to have fun,
So how did we have fun after kids came into the picture?
when kids came into the picture, we stopped having fun because all of the attention was focused on the kids.
Yeah.
Right? So anytime we came on to fun, it would be us and the kids, or me and the kids, or she and the kids.
Yeah.
And then not necessarily all of us and the kids. But then when it did get to a point, it became all of us and the kids. So it became all of us together having fun. I remember before kids came into the picture, one night in particular, we just, light went at our house in Spanish Town. And we had no internet, no nothing, no phones. And we just decided to just ramp, right? So we lock off everything and we just ramp.
Well,
run
no,
around
we
the
never
house.
have no electricity.
Yeah, we never have nothing, but whatever else we had, our phones
Or
or whatever,
phones, right.
we didn't put on any plan or anything. We just ramp, run around the house, play hide and seek, play
I climbed
Stucky.
on the grill.
Bass climb up on the grill with our she love ramp, right? And it was those moments that really brought back some semblance of joy or just relaxation. When you get away from the hustle and bustle of life and the hustle and bustle of whatever it is you're doing, your job, your 9 to 5 or your 10 to 6 or whatever it is you work, those moments just make for a lighter atmosphere.
Yeah, and for us, because we realized how consumed we were with the kids, and nothing is wrong because, when they come into the picture, they take over your lives, literally. But we had to be deliberate, and this is a word that we're going to be using right throughout this episode. We had to be deliberate about how we spent time together and how we had fun with each other. So, for example, when the kids are gone to bed, we watched something, right? We watched, and it didn't always include just me and him. Maybe it would have been, remember one night we're playing ABC Fast or Slow,
Right, we're
like
on a
2 o'clock in the
Zoom meeting
morning
with some friends,
with
yeah.
some friends, just having fun. We're playing ABC Fast or Slow. But in terms of us together, we watch series together, we watch movies together, we watch YouTube videos together, which we thoroughly enjoy. I mean, sometimes laughing's wild
Yep.
based on what it is you're watching. So we find things that we both enjoy, and we are deliberate about ensuring that we do it. So guys, it could have been 2 o'clock in the morning. It could be 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We make the time. Yes, we're going to be a little bit tired the other morning, but at least, we had fun, right?
Yeah, but it's just
we
like
had
work.
fun.
If you have a deadline the next morning
You
at
have to
6 a.m.,
stay up and do it, and
we
you're still
spend
tired,
time, and we
right.
spend energy. So why not do the same thing for your relationship? Why not sacrifice? Why not give what the boys say, give unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar, and give unto God what is due unto you? What about what is due in our relationships? What about what is due to our partners? If we're supposed to be giving to the person and the person giving to us, then we're gonna make time and put the effort in.
Yeah, because we make time for everything else. Honestly, if there is something that you have to do, you make time to do it. And so just as how we make time to do everything else, make time to invest in your in your marriage, in your relationships, because at the end of the day, you are going to reap the rewards, a happier home, a more relaxed atmosphere. So you just need to find what it is that you both enjoy and make time to do it. I mean, sometimes we fall asleep with the kids, putting the kids to sleep, and we get up back.
Yeah.
We get up back.
Yeah.
We get up back and do what it is that we had initially planned out to do. It doesn't always work out, and let me just put that out there.
There are times
It
when we
don't
get up
always
back.
work. It don't always work, but we can safely say that we have really been intentional about, just ensuring that we have fun together.
Yeah.
And this is outside of the next point that we're talking about, intimacy. This is outside because you have to learn to like and love and enjoy the company of the person you are married to. And so let's talk about the intimacy now, putting back the intimacy
And
into marriage.
Oftentimes people hear intimacy.
They think about
a
just sex, not just sex
sexual
we're talking
touches,
about.
sexual connotations, or just the whole atmosphere as it relates to sensuality and sexuality. But intimacy is just friendship on a level where you're just totally comfortable and
A
you're just
relaxed
totally,
atmosphere.
Yeah, and we believe that the fun leads into this intimacy.
Yeah.
When
and
you
spending time together.
when you listen, you see if you master intimacy, man them. See if you don't master the intimacy.
The next spark up
Yeah. Intimacy is like the foundation for the sexual part or for the sensual part. And intimacy just means making the person comfortable, making the person happy, making the person, just really creating such an environment where it's just all peace, love,
and tranquility.
joy,
Woo. Love
friendship.
coming home. Love
Yeah.
spending time. I mean, Brian and I have no issues in this quarantine as it relates to spending time because we love spending time together. We love spending time with the kids, but we also love spending time with each other because we know how very important it is for us to maintain and preserve our friendship and preserve our marriage. So in terms of creating that atmosphere and maintaining that friendship,
Like even scratching her back, she loved that. And even when me tired, even when me annoyed, even when me half
even
asleep,
when him fall asleep halfway through the scratch, he
me go
still
scratch
does
her
it.
back,
He still
right?
does it.
Even when me can't bother with certain type of movies, I'm just alright.
Yeah, like my chick flicks and
I'll
stuff,
watch it.
he watches it with
Right?
me.
Yeah, and she watches
yeah.
my action show them with me, and she watches sports with me.
Yeah.
And even though she can't tolerate when I talk about West Indies and I talk about Chelsea losing or whatever is happening, she still watch, she still asks, she still supports. She might say, "Boy, why you do yourself this?" But she still asks, she shows interest. So intimacy goes beyond the sexual touches or the sexual innuendos or the sexual glances. Just saying "I love you," just spending time. I come home tired and she just want me to rub her foot them. Even then at 2 o'clock in the morning, sometime after we don't watch a show, maybe like, "Babe, I'm tired. Can this not be done in the day?" I'm gonna do it, fall asleep doing it. We have to do things that are intimate because intimacy just means creating an atmosphere where people are free to be who they really are. Let down your hair, so to speak.
And when Brian talks about me supporting him in what he does, I mean the other morning I woke up and I heard football on his phone and I said, "Oh my God,
Yeah, she's
we're
like,
back.
Back to normal.
We're back
Yeah.
to normal." And when we just started out in our marriage, I love football, but I'm more the local football kind of girl in terms of when I used to go to high school, D Cup and Manning Cup and Olivia Shield and all of that. And I'd follow Premier League because of Brian too. But I did not really know much about international football. And one of the things that I did, and I've told this to Brian already, I went and learned about his favorite teams. I learned the footballers' names for the different teams.
And if I
English.
at least you know them.
At
can
least
talk
I know
about
them.
yeah.
Me talk about them. I can talk about them.
She'll be
And-
like, "Alright, yeah, me know Messi, me know that one, but alright, yeah. But I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I mean, even in our conversations, sometimes me always a cheer for Chelsea. We were on a live the other day, and I was, just mouting the moderator about him being a Man U fan and
Arsenal
us
fan.
Arsenal or whichever, yes, and us being color blue. So I mean, you have to really find those little things that makes your partner comfortable being around you, comfortable being in your presence, just total relaxation. Because let me tell you, the days get really crazy with the kids in the picture, especially before COVID. Our days were really hectic. Brian would be out, I'd be out from early, back to back with the kids while Brian goes to work and picking up, going to dance, going to this. So it was just really back to back to back to back to back. So a lot of times we would find that we wouldn't get to spend a lot of time together other than seeing each other at work, you know, between our classes and stuff. So we had to ensure that we spent that time together. And yes, it goes back to having fun, but you know, just relaxing and doing what the other person loves, and you know, just doing what is necessary to just ensure that your partner, after a hectic day, can really come home. And by home, I don't mean the house.
Yeah, home.
I'm talking about home.
Yeah, looking forward to just reaching
Looking
home.
forward to just being in
And
your
you know,
presence.
Men, the intimacy part, we generally say that it is on the woman's part. But if you make sure that it is taken care on the woman's part, then you will be taken care of on the other part. But
Hey!
but I really never think it should be a case of doing that
For that.
for the other part.
Right.
We're supposed to just create the intimate moments, because intimate moments often last much longer than the sexual moments. The sexual moments, even if you're skilled so till and you can last 3 hours, God bless you. You can last the whole day, God bless you. After that, what?
What happens?
The intimate moments continue. The intimate moments are even in the mundane moments, even in the normal moments, even in the flat moments. You're able to have intimacy and you just feel good.
And so just like with the kids, sometimes when they're napping, we take advantage of those intimate moments when they're taking a
Lay
nap
down,
during
cuddle.
the day. I mean, as simple
Yeah.
as that. Sit down in the chair, me fling my foot across him, and we're just there. You know, sometimes we're doing other things, whether on our phones
Sometimes,
or
just a scroll
work
through
or
Insta, Facebook
something.
together.
But we're there with each other, just enjoying us being close in proximity to each other. So that's another
In a non-sexual.
non-sexual way, right? But it takes us to a sexual one.
Sometimes, guys.
Yeah.
Not always, yeah. Sometimes it's good to just be in the intimate moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking about putting back the romance in marriage after kids come into the picture. So I will start, and then
Before
Brian.
she even starts, she said we have a red behind with fire, romance, passion.
What is something I do with the fire? I don't want that.
She know how. Yeah, that's for Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter. Right. So talking about romance. So from a woman's perspective, I'm going to be totally honest. After having kids, I did not feel twexy anymore.
I don't know that word.
Twexy?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Twexy? Twexy means sexy.
Yeah, that's sexy.
I'm used to saying twexy around Bria, so she don't really understand what it is that we're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so I automatically start saying twexy instead of sex. So, right. So, after having Bria, I literally was in shock because I moved from spaghetti to meatball. Literally. That's a
What she
good
mean?
one.
She did slim
I was so
and then she got rounder.
I got rounder. And let me just put this out there. My husband never had any problems with the spaghetti or the meatball. It was just me. It was a
And
personal
whatever fills
thing.
my belly.
Whatever for the belly, right? So it was really just me as a person, as an individual, as a woman. My body changed completely. And I just couldn't understand. I mean, I knew it was coming, but you never really know until you buck up in it, right? So after I had Bria and my body changed completely, I struggled with dressing up, you know, putting on like a lingerie and, you know, my little outfits and stuff. Not that them could fit me anyway, but I could have quizzed now some of them, right? I struggled with that because I did not feel sexy. I did not feel sexy anymore. I felt like I was blooming in all the areas that I never wanted to bloom. I mean, I was dealing with the weight gain. I was dealing with the belly. I was dealing with a few stretch marks and stuff and everything else that gravity was, you know, impacting. And I just I did not feel sexy at all. At all. So I struggled with projecting that, that little sassiness and that little fire that I had on my tail before the kids came into the picture. I struggled with that. So I never really dressed up as much. I never really put on little nice things them as much because me never think me look good anymore. And he would assure me, he would reassure me, he would compliment me. But for me, that was not enough because in my mind, my mind was not at the place to accept the compliments because I never felt deep down inside that I was at that place. And so I found that, okay, Bella, wake up now. So I found that when
Bria, come stay with your sister.
So I found myself, like when you're going into the hospital and them tell you to buy a certain kind of nightie, right? Then big and loose and all of that, and a certain kind of underwear and all of that. I found myself even weeks after having the baby, apart from them being very comfortable, especially with breastfeeding, I found myself still wearing them. And I had to catch myself and say, hello? No. Even though it was very comfortable because I got very comfortable because they were easy to maneuver and all of that, I found myself still wearing them. And I had to catch myself and say, Bass, try to, fix up yourself a little bit more. And again, it wasn't anything that Brian was saying or projecting. It was just me. And so when I caught upon myself, I went and I got some different stuff to wear in the house. Or, you have your goat-in clothes. I have your yard clothes. I take some of the goat-in clothes and wear them in the yard. Some, nice little, appealing stuff that would help me. And this helped me in the process. It helped him. And I'm like, ooh. But it helped me in the process to, regain that confidence. And also, too, when we're breastfeeding, we wear maternity bras. Guys, when me done breastfeed, 2 years, 3 years after, I still find myself, I wear the maternity bras because they're comfortable. It's what I'm used to. And then I had to say to myself one day, and I said it to hubby, and then, hubby just said, all right, let me give you some money, and you can do your thing. Yeah, I had to try and put back a little sexy in the thing, right? So I would say, I know as women, we go through a lot of changes body-wise. We kind of lose that confidence sometimes, not for everybody.
So yeah, guys, I think it's important that we understand our role in this whole cycle, in this whole process, in this whole journey. Because I learned that it wasn't just about me saying it to her and reassuring her, because her love language would not necessarily accept that. So while words of affirmation would help me, she needed more. She had to, in her mind, understand, what it takes for her. She had to understand what she was going through. She had to regain that confidence and that sassiness, as she said. Yeah. So I had to be supportive along that journey. And not only about being supportive alone, I had to listen. Not try to solve it all. I had to listen. Right? And when she was ready to make that step, I had to be there to give the money. Not necessarily that she never have no money, but I had to just show that, I'm all for it.
I loved that. Right? I love that. He was like, here you go. Go and just buy. Just buy. I'm like, yes.
I think what we need to realize, though, is that for us men, physically, we tend to draw more to the physical, the eyes, what the eyes can see, and we're attracted to what appeals to us. But we have to understand, for a woman, it starts in her mind. So even if she did physically just go do all right, just for try to appease you, you still wouldn't get that sassiness that you want, or that sexiness that you want. Right? It would be she's just all right. She just do it. But that fire that she had in her, literally, that fire that was inside of her that she lost, right? I couldn't necessarily re-spark the fire.
He couldn't talk me into it.
Yeah, but when she when she ignited it, but then they are funny. Yeah, but then they don't cold fire. Yeah, so I couldn't get it done, right? But I could help her when it started again. So my role wasn't to light her fire, catch her fire, blaze it up. My role was to, when she started the fire again, when she got it in her mind, I'm a see the spark, I come back and say, yeah, girl. Yeah. But also it was important for me to always be saying, yeah, girl. Yeah. When she didn't have the fire, to literally it was still there.
Yeah, girl.
Guys, how much I know go through the full body change for 9 months? Right? 8 months, 7 months, however long the term is for your significant other. How much of us understand all the emotional, hormonal, physical changes, mental changes that happen? How many we really even care? We just be like, oh, she just give birth, yeah, so she must come back to normal. Doctor says 6 weeks away. 6 weeks before she can get into extracurricular activities again. So you just sit down and wait for 6 weeks. No, it's a lot more than that. And if we understand that, then the fire will come back quicker, stronger than before. And no matter how the fire look, even if it don't come back stronger and blazing like
You
before,
want to fan the fire.
fan whatever fire you have. Support her. Make her know say, boy babe, even if your fire now blaze like when Riverton catch a fire, your fire still
Your
strong.
fire still a fire.
And make
Still
sure you
burn.
bring the fire too. Enough time we let go ourselves. Enough time we not understand that even though generally speaking men are more attracted to what we can see, there are women too. Don't think that it don't go the both ways. And don't bother feel like say, oh, men no mental, women. Men have a mental side to this thing too. Right? It's all in the mind for the woman and nothing for the man. No, the man it goes both ways. It might not be the same percentage, but it goes both ways. Some man them fix up on himself.
And you know, when we talk
Look
about
good.
romance,
Put on good clothes. Beard,
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, or lack thereof. Go do your abs, do your workout. You're not gonna look like Vin Diesel or you're not gonna look like
I love
The Rock. But look like be the best version of you
Yeah.
physically too. Yeah, you're not have to wear. You have the one shot, so why you play
And
ball in a
crutches tear
crutches
out.
tear out. Yeah, wear it around the house. Put on
fix
something.
up yourself, man. Yeah, because we're attracted to what we see too.
Don't
Trust
just
me.
wait,
Yeah.
don't wait till a time for, you try charm her. Make this thing be a lifestyle. Romance is not just for the moment, but it is for moments leading up to the moment. So that when the two fire them catch, nuclear explosion. Boom.
I don't know. We talk about romance. It's the little things sometimes.
There you go.
Apart from being deliberate about
How we physically look.
how we physically look and how we physically interact.
Text
yes,
messages,
you know what I'm
WhatsApp
saying.
messages,
I remember.
little gift cards.
Yeah, a little after I had Bella this time around. I had Bella February 5. February 14, of course, was just like a week and something away. It was Valentine's Day. And Brian came home with
Behind this curtain.
in the kids' playroom.
Come in. I'ma set it up.
Him set it
I'ma
up
put
with
on candle
candles
and put little food together and
He bought
drinks
my
and
favorite
what.
food, which I did not have since we gave birth. And I mean, when
Guys,
he came, he
guys,
just
hold on,
said,
hold
"Give
on.
the baby."
Hold on. Boss come round in our maternity clothes. Boss come round in a full maternity garb. Yeah, another flowing satin white red dress.
No.
A maternity clothes. And she never feel twexy as she say or sexy. But I made her know that this is us. We're in this together. So no matter how you come in, I am seeing past the physical.
And I mean, when I saw everything, I start feel conscious. Like I said, "Oh my goodness,
I
look
think
what
she
I have
actually run to
on."
put on something else. Like,
I'm
I never
like, "Look
care.
what I have on." But that meant so much to me because obviously we could not go anywhere because I had just given birth. But he brought it home to
Brought
me.
the romance here.
And of course, I wish that it was not just 2 weeks in. Cause I could have had like a something. But of course, I had to wait 6 whole weeks.
That never matters.
But
anymore.
yeah, but that moment did it all for me. That moment was just so outstanding and amazing. And the second time around having Bella, I did not struggle as much with accepting how my body changed. Y'all should see and tell about my maternity clothes that I brought to hospital.
Yeah, but not only that,
Some
you
bashment
did actually
stuff.
draw back down after Bria.
I went back to
Stella
this.
got her groove back,
I did.
and then you went back.
And then I went back.
Yeah, it's like a full cycle, guys.
I mean, I had Bria. I was 200 pounds when I had Bria. Then I came back way down to like 125 pounds before I had Bella. And so when I was preparing for childbirth this time around, I had much more confidence, even though I was almost 200 pounds again. I had much more confidence. I had my fire all lit. I was sassy. I mean, when the nurses at the hospital saw my maternity garb, it was maternity, but it was more on the the twexy side, the nice side.
They might ask how.
They might say, where you go? I walk on yourself. So, you know, the second time around, it was a little easier for me to deal with everything. And Stella got her groove back. That 6 weeks couldn't come quick enough. This time around, gotta come quick enough.
Telling us say about.
What?
Telling us say I'm the innocent bystander. But guys, time
Couldn't
is
come
going.
quick enough. Yes,
The
but time
final
is
one.
going.
The final one.
Excitement, and this one is quick and easy, guys.
I want to add something else to it. I don't want it to just be excitement. I want to add excitement and education. So let's do excitement first. So 2 E's. I'll be quick.
All right, so you do the education, I do the excitement. Excitement, do things. It's like taking the fun up a couple notches, right? So find things that excite your partner.
Not you. Don't think about what excites
Right, you
What
excite your partner. And invest in doing that. It could be a gift. It could be something that
Spa
the person
date.
loves doing. It could be a spa day. So when we talk about fun, we talk about doing things together. We
they
talk
laugh
about
and they
excitement. We talk about finding something that your partner really enjoys. This is from
And
our
go all
perspective.
out
And go
on
all
that.
out. All out, guys, with the excitement. Find something that they love to do. It doesn't always have to include you.
Here you
You'll
go.
always have to include you because you are
Selfless.
still two separate individuals. Find that thing
Or somewhere that
And
person
get the-
would want to go.
and
make
get
them
the
go.
ball rolling. Make them go on.
Yeah, she
Make
want to
them
go to
go
the
on.
spa. Just you know, sometimes they just call the spa and tell them for expect and tell her to just go. And she be like, yeah, but we never call and just send her.
I remember once Brian has never gotten before that time, he has never gotten a manicure and a pedicure. And I just
We
called my
never see
peeps.
reason. Just no.
I just called my peeps and said to him, I'm sending my husband. And he went up there, got manicure, pedicure. They sang Happy Husband Day to you. This was a little after I had Bella. So even though I was dealing with, postpartum and all of that, just having a baby, I was still thinking of ways to excite him other than obviously sex. We couldn't have sex right after having baby. So I thought of different things that I could do to keep the excitement for him going so that he really worked hard the second time around in terms of Bella. He was the one who got up and did the night feedings. He was tired, falling asleep at work most of the times. So I did what I could to ensure that I kept it exciting for him as much as was possible.
And it's important to make
And there are so many, I'm sorry for cutting you, babe, but there are so many little things that you can do. It could be a massage when they come home. It doesn't have to be something out. It could be cooking their favorite meals. It could be sending them for a manicure, pedicure. It could be sending something to work, balloons to say, I love you, thank you. I mean, I bought him roses already, right? So many different things that you can do. You just need to find what excites you.
Yeah, you reach your work and you see your name on the door, little things that you had no clue about. You reach your work, you see something put on your desk, lunch buy, dessert, breakfast. Yeah. And I think it's important that we remember that excitement needs to be in the whole process. So we need to make sure and to do all that we can to make sure that the journey itself is exciting.
Yeah.
There are topsy-turvy moments, there are hills, there are valleys, but just make sure you enjoy the moment and you find things
Keep
that
it
excite you
exciting, yeah.
throughout, And for me, the education aspect, as I said, I'm going to be short with this. Just educate yourself about the whole process. Educate yourself about women, men. We don't love to read, but trust me. You see those books out there? There are some books that give some valuable insight. The 5 love languages. Think like for the ladies. I mean, even if it's for the ladies, act like a
Lady, think
act
like
like a
a
lady,
man.
think like a man. There are a lot of nuggets, there are a lot of insights that are in different books that will help you to understand the mind of a woman. You never fully ever understand it, you never fully ever find every way. But it helps for you to educate yourself about the process of childbirth, the process of pregnancy, the process of just
What
a
to
normal
expect when
day.
you're expecting. That was something that you read.
Right? Just understanding the menstrual cycle more. Yeah, we have to know that too. Just understanding what makes a woman tick, what makes her talk, what makes her shut off. Educate yourselves. Educate
And this
yourselves
is not
on
just as it relates to childbirth. We're talking
right,
in general.
generally.
Yeah.
And it's not just because you want something, right? Just educate yourself on your woman. Educate yourself on how you are as a man. There are things about you that you need to learn about yourself too. And it goes both ways. educate yourselves, guys. Education is still key. Education is still power. Knowledge is power. When we start G.I. Joe, knowledge is power. I same thing now. Knowledge is power. Learn as much as you can, and then you put that theory into practice.
Yup.
That's it.
So, put the fire back in your relationships, in your marriages, after kids come into the picture, because you need to be your best selves, to be the best mommy and daddy that you can be.
And to be the best partner
that you can be. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Stuff from the Cuffs.
Yep. Big up on yourself.
Where
Team
we give
B
you
Sizzle.
fire.
You know who always are in the challenge them, right? Yeah. No.
I'm sure.
Nah, there's no more challenge because that one. No more. I'm not here. Everybody up on Basilia side. Don't think me not so. I'm see you. Me see you.
Guys, remember we're on the road to 5K subscribers. If you're watching this video, you like what you see, thank you so very much. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications, your post notifications, so that you know every time we drop a new video. Tell a friend about Stuff from the Cuffs. Make sure that you like the video, comment on the video, and we'll have more very soon. Thank you guys so much. This has been another Stuff from the Cuffs.
Big up on yourself.
Later.
Love for now.
Stuff from the cuffs. Stuff from the cuffs. If you had it back then.